Till 2:15? Okay, thank you. All right, it is 2 o'clock. We are on the record, live streaming on YouTube. Madam Clerk, has everyone here been sworn in?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon, folks. You all are here for a first appearance. When I call your name, I will advise you of the charge or charges pending against you. I will also determine whether there was probable cause for your arrest and address the conditions of your pretrial release. If I issue a no contact order in your case, then you may not have any contact with the individuals listed directly or indirectly. That means you may not contact the individuals listed in any way, shape, or form, and no one else may contact them for you. If I issue a no weapons order in your case, then you must deliver all firearms to the sheriff as a condition of your release. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say today will be recorded and may be used against you later. You also have the right to an attorney. If you have a private attorney, then please tell me that. If you'd like the public defender, then I will appoint one to represent you. First up is Michael Hare.
He refused to attend. He did not wish to apply.
All right, thank you for that information. Based on his refusal, we'll proceed in his absence. He's here on 6 counts of violation of state probation. I've read the paperwork. His presiding judge has already made a finding of probable cause and set no bond per count. Thank you. Hector Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez is here on an FTA for a violation of probation. Has he applied? Sir, do you want the public defender?
Yes, sir.
Public defender is appointed. I've read the paperwork. I do find probable cause. Ms. Hall, anything from you?
Just asking for standard bond, Your Honor.
Mr. Stewart.
Judge, I think there is a no bond already signed by Judge Provost.
It is a no bond warrant signed by the presiding judge, and that's the order of the court. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Brian Relova Martinez. All right, thank you. And based on that information, we'll proceed in his absence. Mr. Relova Martinez is charged with driving on a suspended license, possession of marijuana less than 20 grams, and possession of paraphernalia. I've read the paperwork. I do find probable cause. Mr. Stewart, any comments on bond?
No, Your Honor.
Bond on count 1 is $500, $2,000 on count 2, $2,000 on count 3. Thank you. Victor Vilpre is charged with assault and criminal mischief.
Yes, sir.
Sir, did you apply or do you want the public defender?
Yes, sir.
All right, public defender is appointed. Ms. Hall, I've read the paperwork, find probable cause. Do you have comments on bond?
Just schedule bond.
State?
Sir.
Hold on 1 second.
Judge, I would ask for $5,000 account just based on his criminal history.
All right, Ms. Hall, I think your client wants to speak with me. Do you want him to?
Sir, if it has anything to do with the actual facts and the bids, I would recommend that you don't speak.
How much was actually bond?
I haven't said it yet.
Okay.
All right, I did sign a no contact order for the witness involved, a no trespass at the Circle K where this incident allegedly occurred, 2934 East Trail. I've also signed no weapons order, and bond is $5,000 per count. Thank you, sir. Chad Barancic is here on the charge of DUI over 1.5 and driving on a suspended license with Mr. Gorman. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mr. Rancek is employed here. He's resided in Clark County for some time. He is not a flight risk. Judge, we'd ask you to set a reasonable bond in this case.
All right, thank you. Mr. Stewart.
Judge, he is currently out on bond in 22537 CT, so would ask the court to revoke his bond there, and based on the pending DUI, would ask that as a condition of bond in this case that he be ordered not to possess or consume alcohol, and that the court order a sober link be installed prior to his release.
And the CT case CT 2537 is also a DUI, correct?
Yes.
All right. Again, I do find probable cause. Bond on count 1 is $2,000. Count 2 is $1,000. Additional condition is no possession or consumption of alcohol, sober length prior to release, and the state's motion is granted in 20 CT 2537.
Mr. Franchek, call us as soon as you can, okay? Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. All right, and I believe we're switching rooms.
Yes.
Okay.
We're all the way back here. All right.
Did someone tell me that Carmen Ortiz bonded? Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, good afternoon, NJC. Can you hear me?
You sure can. Can you hear us?
I can, thank you. Madam Clerk, these folks have not been sworn, right?
Yes, I have.
They have? Oh, okay, great. All right, you all are here for your first appearance. You have the right to an attorney. If you have a private attorney, then please tell me that when we call your name. If you would like the public defender to represent you, then I will appoint one today. When I call your name, I will advise you of the charge or charges pending against you, and I will determine whether there was probable cause for your arrest. I'll also address the conditions of your pretrial release. If I issue a no contact order in your case, then you may not have any contact with the persons listed directly or indirectly. That means you may not contact them in any way, shape, or form, and no one else may contact them for you. If I issue a no weapons order in your case, then you must deliver all firearms to the sheriff as a condition of your release. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say today will be recorded and may be used against you later. Ingrid de Villa Human. No?
Which one was that?
Recall from yesterday, de Villa Human.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's in David Lawrence still.
All right, she's in David Lawrence. Mr. Stewart, this is Mr. Schneider's case, and it's a recall from yesterday on an FTA petty theft. We rolled this once. My inclination is to proceed, and if Mr. Schneider has any position on that, then he can file a motion in front of the presiding, actually, I'm the presiding judge. All right, so an FTA on a petty theft, and I already signed the bench warrant setting bond at $4,000, and that's the order today. All right, Valerie Roberts.
Refuse.
All right, thank you. We'll proceed in her absence. Based on her refusal, she is charged with battery. I've read the paperwork. I do find probable cause. Mr. Stewart, do you have comments on bond?
No, Judge, I don't.
Bond is $10,000. Additional condition would be no contact, no trespass at the confidential address and the name provided in the first appearance paperwork. I've also signed a no weapons order. Thank you. Michael Jennings. Thank you. Mr. Jennings is charged with possession of marijuana over 20 grams, possession of a controlled substance, possession of paraphernalia. Mr. Jennings, did you want the public defender to represent you?
Yes.
All right, public defender is appointed. I've read the paperwork. I do find probable cause. Ms. Hall, do you have comments on bond?
Mr. I'm just gonna be asking for schedule one today. I don't see if you have any failures to appear as in Florida and the last conviction you had was in 2008.
State?
Nothing as to the specific amount, Judge. He was out on bond though in 21-23 CF, so would ask the court to revoke bond in that case.
Bond on count one is $5,000. Count two is $5,000. Count three is $2,000. And the state's motion is granted in 21 CF 23. Thank you, Mr. Jennings. Michael Kuznetsov.
He's in quarantine, Your Honor.
And do you think he'll be there for another 10 to 14 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so my inclination, Ms. Hall, would be to appoint your office just so that he has representation contingent upon his application and qualification. Is that okay with you? All right, so the public defender is so appointed. He's charged with an expired driver's license. I do find probable cause. Ms. Hall, do you have any comments on bond? State?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Bond is $500. Madam Clerk, are you good?
Yes, sir.
Patrick Wilson?
Verbal refusal, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We'll proceed in his absence based on his refusal. He's charged with possession of heroin, possession of fentanyl, smuggling contraband into a corrections facility, and possession of paraphernalia. I've read the paperwork. I do find probable cause. Mr. Stewart, do you have comments on bond?
Not as to the amount. He is out on bond in 2232 CF, so would have the court to revoke bond is active.
Bond on count 1 is $5,000. Count 2 is $5,000. Count 3 is $10,000. Count 4 is $2,000. And the state's motion to revoke bond in 20 CF 232 is granted. Thank you. Zachary Backstrom.
He was here, Your Honor, but he decided to go. He feels he wasn't gonna get a bond assigned.
All right. So we'll proceed based on that decision. We'll proceed in his absence. Mr. Backstrom is here on a violation of state probation. His presiding judge did make a finding of probable cause and already set no bond. Jose Alvarado, he bonded. Daquan Claricira is failed to change address with DHSMV. Did you want the public defender to represent you?
No, sir.
You plan to represent yourself?
I'm planning on getting an attorney.
So do you want to proceed today without a lawyer or come back tomorrow so that you have more time to hire one? Completely up to you.
Well, do I have a warrant?
I haven't addressed that yet because I need to first figure out if you want to proceed without a lawyer. Do you want me to ask the prosecutor what he's thinking about for a bond amount? And then that may help you make your decision, okay?
Please.
Mr. Stewart, do you have any comments on the bond?
No, Judge, I don't. I mean, he is out on bond right now, so that will need to be addressed, but not as to an amount.
Well, that's a good point. So the prosecutor just indicated that you're out on bond, so he will likely ask me to revoke bond in that other case. So even if I do set a bond on this new charge, he's going to ask me to revoke bond in your older case, the one that you're out on already. And that would mean you'd be held without bond. So with that information, do you want to just wait and see if you can get a lawyer first? You want to think about it? I've got a few other people to talk with. I can call you back up in a few minutes.
All right. Yeah, please. And so he's saying that I will not have a warrant either way.
Correct.
All right. All right. Yeah, you can call me back up.
Okay, have a seat, sir. I'll call you back up shortly. Ralph Green. Thank you. And this is a possession of paraphernalia charge. Mr. Green, would you like the public defender to represent you?
No, sir.
Do you plan to hire a lawyer or represent yourself? Well, you gonna represent yourself?
Sure enough.
Okay, I've read the paperwork. I do find probable cause. Do you have any comments on bond?
Can I say something?
About the bond, yes, sir.
Hey, I roll hard for that. They stopped me. I'm riding somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that may be a defense. Mr. Stewart, comments from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Bond is $2,000. Thank you, sir.
Hey, sir.
Hunter Range.
Don't get out of my ball so you can go on.
Hunter Range. Driving on a suspended license. Mr. Range, did you want the public defender to represent you?
I do, sir.
All right, public defender is appointed. I've read the paperwork. I do find probable cause. Ms. Hall, comments on bond.
Your Honor, let's see if he has any prior history, so we're just gonna be asking.
State?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Yes?
Sorry, thank you. If there's any chance I can get an ROR so I can get back to my family, I would really appreciate it.
Okay, you can't have an ROR, but bond is $500. Thank you. DeJuan Robinson. I'm all right. How are you, sir?
All right, hopefully I'm all right, sir.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Mr. Robinson is charged with resisting without violence, possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance. Yes, Ms. Hall.
I was just letting you know that I represent him on his pending case right now, 20 CT 1690, and I have spoken to him the plea in that case, and I've already told him about it.
All right. So, Mr. Robinson, do you want the public defender to represent you on this new case?
Yes, sir. Yeah, right now I'm already talked about what was going to happen going on.
Oh, yeah.
I would like her to represent me.
You would like a what?
I would like her to represent me, yes, sir.
Okay. So, Ms. Hall, you are appointed on the new case as well for Mr. Robinson. I've read the paperwork. I do find probable cause. Do you have comments on bond?
We just asked for scheduled bond, Your Honor, and then to take the plea in the pending case by the bond is not scheduled.
Mr. Stewart, any comments on bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so bond on count 1 is $2,000, count 2 is $2,000, count 3 is $5,000. Now, that other case you're referring to, Ms. Hall, is 20 CT 1690. What's the charge there?
It's a no doubt driver's license.
And what's the offer, Ms. Hall?
It's an adjudication of guilt, $150 fine, and costs to include cost of prosecution and fee costs.
And you would have 90 days to pay. Mr. Stewart, do you agree with those terms?
Yes, Judge.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Juan Robinson.
Mr. Robinson, do you want to accept the offer that was made to you in that other case?
Yes, sir. That offer was for you to just pay fines and it'll be, yeah.
I'll go over it again with you. The offer is an adjudication of guilt, so you would be convicted of the charge driving without a valid driver's license. You would be ordered to pay a fine of $150 plus court costs and costs of prosecution and PD costs, and you would have 90 days to pay. So there's no jail time, no probation.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, sir.
Do you?
Would I be released today or will I have to bond out? And then-
Well, you'd have to bond out. This other case won't be holding you. This other case, the older case, will be done.
Okay, yes, sir.
So then you'll have the option of bonding out on the new one if you want to.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Do you want to accept the offer by pleading guilty or no contest?
No contest.
I'll plead no contest.
Did you read a plea form?
Sir?
Did you read a plea form?
No, sir.
All right, can we provide him with a plea form, please?
He's got it right here.
Just stand right there, sir, and tell me when you're done. I'm sorry, I should have asked you this. Are you okay taking a plea off the docket? All right, Mr. Robinson, have you read that plea form?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand everything that's explained on it?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that by entering your plea of no contest, you are waiving all of those rights?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you are not a United States citizen?
Oh, you scared me first. Yes, sir.
Maybe I should have started with if you are not a United States citizen.
You scared me, man.
All right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I'm obligated to tell everybody that, but you understand that, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, do you understand, or are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Hall, will you stipulate to venue and the factual basis contained in the discovery material?
So stipulated.
All right, sir, I'll accept your plea. Find it freely, voluntarily, knowingly entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest. Adjudication 150 plus costs with 90 days to pay. Thank you, Mr. Robinson. Good luck to you, sir. Yeah. Accept. Okay, Dennis Williamson. Mr. Williamson is charged with battery. Do you want the public defender to represent you?
Yes.
All right, public defender is appointed. I've read the paperwork. I do find probable cause. Ms. Hall, do you have comments on bond?
Mr. Honor, I spoke to him earlier today. He wanted to know if he could get either a reduced bond or an ROI order. Has lived in Naples for 42 years, does not currently have a job, he's homeless, he's living off his disability. He has kids, they can work, he helps out at food banks, so we should be asking for reduced bond because he doesn't have the money.
State?
Judge, I don't have any comments as to the amount other than I would object to an ROI.
All right, sir, I did sign a no contact order. You're not to have contact with the alleged victim. I also signed a no weapons order. Did you hear me explain those orders earlier?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand them?
Yes, sir.
Additional condition would be no alcohol and no trespass at the location of this incident, which is marked as confidential on the paperwork, and bond is $2,000. Thank you, sir. Donta Bradshaw.
Your Honor,
Yes.
we have to clear out this room first,
Oh.
and then those last two, in after between the seats.
So before we do that, can I recall Mr. Clarcira?
Yes.
This is a failure to change address. Mr. Clarcira, you told me earlier you're thinking about hiring a lawyer, and you were deciding whether to proceed today without one or come back tomorrow.
I was trying to see why is kind of like, because it said no failure to change the address, and I recently moved and I never got the mail that was supposed to come inside the mailbox and tell me that my license was suspended. And like, I'm still trying to figure out because I'm not trying to stay here till the 28th. I have court the 28th. I'm trying to see if I can bond out and handle all the other extra stuff when I get out. And I feel like it's gonna be a hassle for me just staying here till 28th.
Yeah, I understand that. It probably would be. Mr. Stewart, what do you say about that? I think what he's asking is that we not revoke his bond in the older case.
Well, Judge,
It sounds like he might have court on the 28th. I'm not sure. It is a felony charge.
yeah, that's my hesitation is a felony charge, so I have to ask for it. Obviously, it's up to the court.
All right, give me just a second, sir.
Looking at the court file, Judge, in his felony case, it does appear he failed to appear for a court date at one point, and a bench warrant was issued.
And that's in 224.
And yeah,
Yeah, because my bill's department didn't. I called my bill's department like a week before I had court, and she didn't tell me that they changed my court date, and that's why I had to go turn myself in.
Okay, well,
And that was just a whole bunch of BS.
so the bond that I would set on the new charge regarding your address is $500. The state is then asking to revoke bond in the felony, which I would grant. So if you proceed today, you would be held no bond on the felony charge with a $500 bond on the misdemeanor. You told me you want to hire a lawyer. So that's why I'm telling you we don't have to proceed today if you don't want to. I'm happy to bring you back tomorrow so that you have more time to get a lawyer. It's up to you.
So you're saying I'm not going to see it?
Correct. Which is why it might make sense just to try again tomorrow if you want another 24 hours to try to hire a lawyer. Or if you don't think you'll get a lawyer by then, we can just proceed. It's your decision.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get a lawyer by then because like all my family's out of town, and I'm the only one here.
Well, can I make a suggestion? I know you want to hire a private lawyer, but why don't you let me appoint a public defender? And then at least you have representation, and your public defender will happily withdraw from your case if you do hire a lawyer. You're still free to hire a lawyer.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm trying to do that, because I'm not trying to have probation on the felony case, and that's why I've been out of trouble. I did not know my license was suspended and everything.
Do you have a lawyer on the felony case?
No, not just this second.
So do you want me to appoint a public defender on the, I can appoint one on the misdemeanor, so you'll have representation today. Do you want me to do that?
Sure.
And then at least you, like I said, you're still free to hire a private lawyer if you want to, but at least in the meantime, you have someone representing you. Okay.
Yeah.
And he said yes. So Ms. Hall, I'm going to appoint your office to represent him contingent upon his application. He still has to fill out the application and qualify. So this is a failure to change address. Do you have any, I've read the paperwork. I do find probable cause. Do you have any comments on bond? All right, bond is $500 and the state's motion is granted in 20 CF 224. And at least for now, Mr. Claricira, you do have a public defender helping you. Thank you, sir. And I understand NJC, we need to wait to change folks out, right?
Your Honor, sorry, we've got the guys right outside the door. As soon as he walks out, they're gonna come right in.
Okay, quick question. We already addressed Daywan Robinson, right? He's done. So are we done with 24s? I still have two. I still have Strange and Bradshaw. Those are the two. But I'm confused. They're not on my computer anymore. I don't see them. Okay, NJC, is this, let's see, Donta, Bradshaw, and Andrew Strange?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, gentlemen, will you please stand up and raise your right hand to take an oath?
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. You can be seated. You all are here for your first appearance. You have the right to an attorney. If you have a private attorney, then please tell me that when we call your name. When I do call your name, I'll advise you of the charge pending against you. I'll address whether there was probable cause for your arrest and address the conditions of your pretrial release. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say today will be recorded and may be used against you later. Mr. Bradshaw is here as a fugitive from justice out of Hillsborough County on a grand theft charge. And sir, I've read the paperwork. There is probable cause, and the issuing judge in Hillsborough County has already indicated bond is $10,000. Thank you, Mr. Bradshaw. Andrew Strange is here on a violation of state probation. Mr. Strange, this is, do you want a public defender?
Please.
All right, public defender is appointed. I've read the paperwork. I do find probable cause. Ms. Hall, any comments from you? State?
Judge, I just asked for no bond.
It is a no bond violation. Thank you, sir. And I believe that completes our 24s docket.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so we'll proceed to 215 once everyone is ready. And did you tell me we do need a translator for 215?
It's Mom. I've got a name and number for you.
Oh, Mom. Okay. I really think if he wanted to be full service, Hendricks would just pick up Mom. That would be very helpful. I keep trying to learn Spanish and I just bomb. All right, good afternoon again, NJC. Madam Clerk, are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
Okay, what is your name, please? Is this Mr. Fuller?
Yes, sir.
We've got Mr. Fuller, two cases here, 18mm 2376, 19 CT 717, with Ms. Hall on our 215 docket.
Yes, Your Honor. Hi, Mr. Fuller. I haven't gotten the updated offer which we talked about yesterday. I'm still talking to the state, so
you want to do?
We can move this definitely to either tomorrow or Monday. We can move this to tomorrow. I think it all right because this is going to be 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Are you with me for jail? So we can't do 9 o'clock jail arraignments. So you want to continue, Mr. Fuller, until tomorrow at 2:15? Mr. Stewart, do you have any objection to that?
No objection.
All right, Mr. Fuller, do you understand what your lawyer, could you hear your lawyer?
I can hear, sir.
Okay, your lawyer said that she still has to talk with the prosecutor and she's coming to meet with you tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. So she wants to put these on the docket tomorrow at 2:15.
Yes, sir.
So I'll see you again tomorrow afternoon, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's it for Mr. Fuller. Continue tomorrow to 2:15 on both cases. All right. Oh, was that it for NJC? Okay. Hello, IJC. Can you all hear me?
Yes, can, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you. Sir, that I can see you. What is your name, please? Yes, sir.
David Asbury.
All right, thank you. You can step forward. Mr. Asbury is 20 MM 1909, and he's here with Mr. Wilson.
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we're withdrawing the proof standard plea of not guilty. The entering a plea of no contest, negotiated agreement with the state. There's going to be an adjudication of guilt, 60 days jail. For the record, today is his 51st day in jail. 12 months probation, batterers intervention program, substance abuse evaluation, follow all recommendations, random testing, no contact with the alleged victim, $219.50 cost of the investigation to the Collier County Sheriff's Office, court cost prosecution, and both.
All right, Mr. Stewart, have you conveyed that offer to the alleged victim in this case?
Yes, Judge, and I didn't hear, did it include no possession or consumption of alcohol?
No, I didn't write that down.
I didn't say that. I omitted it. My apologies.
But did you intend to include it?
Yes, and we talked about that.
And he knows that. Okay.
Right, Mr. Asbury?
All right, sir, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can put your hand down. Tell me your name again, please.
David Asbury.
So, Mr. Asbury, let me go over the offer again. I want to make sure I have it right, and I want to make sure you understand it, okay? Yeah, so the offer on this battery charge is an adjudication of guilt, court costs, costs of prosecution, public defender costs, costs of investigation in the amount of $219.50 payable to the sheriff's office, 60 days in jail with credit for all of the time you've already served, 12 months of probation, Mr. Stewart, with credit for the time he served in jail. You agree to that?
Yes.
Batterers intervention program and substance abuse evaluation. I want you to sign up for both of those within 30 days of your release from custody. Follow all recommendations. Random testing at your expense. No contact with the alleged victim. And Madam Clerk, I can write out that name for you. Or do you? It won't put on there anyway. Okay, no contact with the alleged victim who's listed on the information. No possession or consumption of alcohol. Mr. Wilson, do you believe those are all of the terms?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Stewart, do you as well?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Asbury, do you understand?
Your Honor, staff that will be given until 5 p.m. tomorrow, or assuming probation 24 hours jail to check on probation.
All right, Mr. Stewart, any objection to 24 hours from release?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Asbury, what your attorney just asked is granted, and that is you have 24 hours from the time you're released from custody to report to probation. So, do you understand the offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
The probation's over at the courthouse, correct?
Correct.
I have no problem with that.
All right, do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
Do you want to do you want to accept that offer?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
I believe I can do no contest.
All right, Mr. Wilson, is that your advice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll show that as a no contest plea. Did you read and sign a plea form?
I've read it, and I haven't had a chance to sign it yet.
All right, when you read it, did you understand it?
Completely, sir.
And do you understand that by entering your plea today, you are waiving all of the rights that are explained on that form?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you are not a United States citizen?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Yes, sir.
Battery is an enhanceable crime, which means if you commit this crime again, you may face higher fines, more jail time, and possibly a felony charge. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stewart, anything further by way of plea colloquy?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Yes, Madam Clerk.
Is probation followed by the jail? Or is it a
No,
condition of?
the jail is a condition of probation. Mr. Wilson, anything further from you?
No, Your Honor.
I need just a minute to finish reading the booking sheet, okay? All right, sir, I will accept your plea. Find it freely, voluntarily, knowingly entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest. Adjudication of guilt, judgment, and sentence as I previously stated. Thank you, Mr. Asbury, and thank you, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right,
Nice day, sir.
you as well. Accept. All right, IJC, do you also have Miguel Calmo Mendoza? Is that, I have two left on the 215. How about, do both of them need mom to your knowledge? Sir, what is your name? Do you speak mom?
Yes.
Mom. Okay. This is, oh, right here. Thank you, Rich. Oh, that's Mr. Stewart. Hold on. Mr. Stewart, you're 6882.
Yes.
I'm going to hang up on you on this one phone, call you back on my cell phone, 252-6882. All right, thank you, bye. Okay, thank you, Mr. Stewart.
Yes.
Thank you. And we need the Spanish translation. Okay, so now I'm going to use this other phone, Mr. Stewart, and call a mom translator. Miss Hall, you represent Mr. Calmo Mendoza? And is this a plea? Hello?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is the mom interpreter speaking.
Oh, good afternoon. Thank you for your help today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We are ready to proceed if you are.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Mendoza, you're charged with driving without a valid driver's license.
Mendoza chisenteha sabihin sa totoo na at ka-istok lady was hindi existensya sa teha.
Do you understand that?
Hey, my elfeyas niktiechas. Yes.
All right. And to the translator, I'm going to get the quick, and then I'll repeat it to him for translation, okay? Mr. Stewart, what's the offer in this case?
Can you give me the case number? I'm sorry.
20 CT 2200. Miss Hall?
The offer in this case is a withhold for cost and cost of prosecution.
And PD costs. All right, sir, the offer on your case is a withhold of adjudication and you would have to pay court costs costs of prosecution and public defender costs. And you would have to pay all of that within 90 days. Do you understand the offer?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
I'm going to ask repetition, Your Honor. I didn't hear Mr. Salmo clearly.
Okay.
To give some time, and I did not hear the other word, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, can you please speak up? And tell me again if you have any questions.
I'm wondering if I can get time that I completed, and I have been here for 2 months.
Yes, sir, there's no additional jail time. Are there any detainers or other cases we need to be aware of, Ms. Hall? Sir, do you have any other questions?
No, that's all.
Do you want to accept the offer?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
Guilty.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you are not a United States citizen?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Miss Hall, what did you say? Mr. Calmo Mendoza, I was just told that there is an immigration detainer against you.
كان كالما مندوزك سهل بدين تتسيها هو نتيتيون نحال تشون كخكبش دون تحتين شتيها كشين أكتبئة ميغراسيون تيها.
Which means you will not be released from custody
كان تتسيها غلوش تي لايت استقبتي ويبين أختاتا تختيوش.
Do you understand that?
خي مجاحة تي تختوي. Yes.
Do you still want to accept the offer?
خي سخاش بختاخي تخش بيتون تخسقبانة تنتين حالة دي بخترا. Yes, that's what I want.
Ms. Hall, will you stipulate to venue and the factual basis contained in the discovery materials? Sir, I will accept your plea. I find your plea is freely, voluntarily, and knowingly entered. Upon a factual basis and in your best interest. Judgment and sentence as I previously stated. Thank you, sir, and good luck to you. Okay, and that completes that case. Madam Translator, thank you very much for your help. Can I ask you a quick question before I lose you?
Yes, Your Honor.
This was very easy to get a hold of you, and I really appreciate it. I'm wondering, are you part of Language Line, or is this different?
No, Your Honor, I was scheduled by the schedule department, Your Honor.
Oh, so they schedule you in advance when we know about the need in advance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that was very helpful. So thank you so much again. I really appreciate your help today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, we have one case left on the docket, and that is Gerardo Iztep Alvarez, 20 CT 2285, with Ms. Hall.
Un caso más, Gerardo Iztep 20 CT 2285.
He is going to be withdrawing his previously entered plea of not guilty.
Sí, su señoría, él va a retirar su declaración emitida anteriormente de no culpable
He is going to be entering a plea of no contest,
y se va a declarar no disputo,
the terms of which are an adjudication of guilt, time served, and costs, which include cost prosecution and costs.
y él se va, lo que incluye dictamen formal de culpabilidad, tiempo ya, crédito por el tiempo ya cumplido, costos judiciales, lo que incluye el costo por el procesamiento judicial y honorarios para el abogado de oficio.
Mr. Stewart, do you agree?
Señor Stewart, ¿usted está de acuerdo?
He said yes.
Sí.
Sir, will you raise your right hand?
Señor, levante su mano derecha.
Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the
¿Usted
truth?
jura decir la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
No. Do you?
No contest.
But listen to the question.
Escucha la pregunta.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Usted jura decir la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad? Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down.
Gracias, puede bajar su mano.
What is your name?
¿Cuál es su nombre? Gerardo Iztep Alvarez.
All right, sir, you're charged with driving without a valid driver's license.
Señor, usted ha sido acusado de manejar sin licencia de conducir válida.
The offer is an adjudication of guilt,
La oferta es condena de culpabilidad formal,
court costs and costs of prosecution,
costos judiciales y costos por el procesamiento judicial
and public defender costs.
y honorarios para el abogado de oficio.
And you would have 90 days to pay
Y usted tendría 90 días para pagar.
and time served.
Y el tiempo ya cumplido.
Do you understand the offer?
¿Entiende la oferta? Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta? No, señor. No, sir.
Do you want to accept the offer?
¿Usted quiere aceptar la oferta?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty or no
¿Usted
contest?
se está declarando culpable o no disputo?
No disputo.
No contest.
Did you read a plea form?
¿Usted leyó el formulario para declararse no disputo?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand everything that's explained on that form?
¿Usted entiende todo lo que se explica en ese formulario?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that by entering your plea today, you are waiving those rights?
¿Usted entiende que al declararse no disputo hoy usted renuncia a esos derechos?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you are not a United States citizen?
¿Usted entiende que esa declaración de no disputo sería utilizada en su contra en un procedimiento de deportación si usted no es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos?
No, señor.
No, sir.
No, you don't understand that?
¿No usted no entiende eso?
Sí, señor.
Yes, I understood, sir.
Okay, and with that in mind, do you still want to accept the plea offer?
Bueno, y ahora que usted entiende eso, ¿usted todavía quiere aceptar la oferta para declararse no disputo por acuerdo?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Hall, will you stipulate to venue in the factual basis contained in the discovery material?
Señorita Hall, usted estipula la jurisdicción y el fundamento de los hechos contenidos en el material del caso. Así queda estipulado, su señoría.
Sir, I will accept your plea,
Señor, voy a aceptar su declaración de culpabilidad de no disputo por acuerdo.
find it freely, voluntarily, knowingly entered
Voy a determinar que lo hizo libre, inteligente y voluntariamente,
upon a factual basis and in your best interest.
con un fundamento de los hechos y porque es algo que le conviene hacer.
Adjudication, all costs and time served.
Condena de culpabilidad, todos los costos y el tiempo ya cumplido.
Thank you, sir, and good luck to you.
Gracias, señor, y buena suerte a usted. Thank you.
Accept. All right, and I believe that completes our 215 docket. Is there anything further to come before the court? Thank you, IJC. Thank you, everyone here in the courtroom. We are adjourned. Have a great day. Mr. Stewart, hold on.
Okay,